Integrity on this campus is being impeccable with your word and coming from love. Being impeccable with your word and coming from love. So impeccable with your word, obviously, and of course, includes keeping your promises and agreements. Right there, that could be a state change for a lot of people. When I say could be, and for a lot of people, I'm being kind and generous on both counts. Being impeccable with your word be absolutely a breakthrough for just about absolutely everyone. But anyway, I'll say it softly again, right? Being impeccable with your word could be a breakthrough for most people. Being impeccable with your word is obviously keeping promises and agreements, and then, using your word as a divine tool for creation. Creating what? Well, creating love, building yourself up, building up others, building beautiful partnerships and relationships, building something beautiful in the world, right? Most people use word to complain and blame and they make excuses and explain and, tear each other down, tear someone else's building down so I can have the tallest building. That's not being impeccable with your word, right? So people use their word for the most disagreeable things, so that would be the opposite of being impeccable with your word. And it's your word externally, but it's your word internally, right? If you're beating yourself up, if you're judging yourself, if you're making yourself wrong, if you're, all that is not being impeccable with your word. And fun fact, if you're doing that to yourself, you're doing that to others. When other people are, using their word for destruction, the only thing you know for sure is they're doing that to themselves too. Integrity is workability. Right. Oh, and then so word and then love. Love is flow and energy and motion and inspiration and nurture, right? And together they're beautiful and divine. So it's the divine masculine and the divine feminine working together in unison. Infinitely powerful. Word and love. Impeccable with your word, coming from love. When I say coming from love, it's the opposite of coming for your love, right? If you're doing good work so that people love you, that's not it. You do good works from your love, from your abundance. Integrity is workability. It's just what works and doesn't work given what you're committed to, right? It's not a comment on right, wrong, good or bad. That's morality, a whole different conversation. Integrity is a foundation upon which your life is built. Bigger life, bigger foundation. If you do it up to more in your life, you're going to need a higher level of integrity. Integrity is wholeness and completeness. Integrity is for performance. Integrity is only as important as whatever you're up to. If you're not up to much, don't worry about integrity. If you're up to a lot, if you have a high expectations for performance, leading an Awakened Life Live, leading a visionary program, being a lighthouse in the world, being a world-class leader, being the one who can make a difference in people's lives, that's a high level of performance. It will need a high level of integrity. So think of integrity. A lack of integrity would be like less air in your tire than it was designed. It all works fine until a whole bunch of things happen, and then all of a sudden you wish you had taken care of your car better, and your tires are working perfectly. So integrity is workability. It's what works given what you're committed to. Integrity.